This next matchup, AJ, I'm so excited about this. I don't even think you understand, man. First off, it's probably not for the person you think I'm excited for. I love watching Andrei Arlovski fight, especially the resurgence of Andrei Arlovski, the one that was written off like 10 years ago and is still out here collecting wins, stopping young guns from progressing up the ranks, right? And he's fighting a dude who is on a resurrection of his own. And I'm gonna tell you this, AJ. It's gonna sound weird, but I'm being completely authentic and honest when I tell you this, AJ. If I could fight like anybody as a heavyweight, there'd be two fighters. Oh, that's not you. Let me go. There we go. If I could fight like anybody in the heavyweight division, there would be two fighters I'd like to fight. Like one would be Cyril Gane. You know, I just love that kind of, quick paced, fighting style that Gane has, throwing out the low kicks and doing all the stuff. The other one is Chase Sherman, man. The Vanilla Gorilla, the original Vanilla Gorilla, not the one fighting out of Glory MMA and Fitness. This is the OG Vanilla Gorilla right here. This dude is mean, AJ. This dude he's like that. He's like a Raider, like an Oakland Raider, not the Las Vegas Raiders that we got today, like the OG Oakland Raiders. Like he's like a Jack Tatum 1960s type cat who's a savage, man. He's a mean guy and he uses a lot of great Muay Thai for heavyweight, right? So let's talk about this matchup, man. Andrei Arlovski just came off of it's not the biggest loss, but it's a pretty big loss because he was on a decent 2-win streak against Tom Aspinall, and he loses via submission. Second time he's been submitted in his entire career. Now, he also underwent a foot injury during that fight, which he used kind of as an excuse as to why he lost, but nonetheless, a loss is a loss, and I think he took it like a champ. So, quick turnaround. That fight happened on February 20th. Chase Sherman steps up, says, hey, man, I just knocked out Ike Villanueva, Ike, the Hurricane, Villanueva, right? Second round TKO. And then you want to take a look at his last 4 fights or his last 3 fights after getting knocked out by Augusto Sakai in the end of his last UFC stint. TKO round 1, TKO round 1, TKO round 1, and then, like I just said, TKO round 2 against Ike Villanueva. So you was just talking about dudes who starch and people who live and die by the knockout. This is a man with 15 victories, 14 of them by knockout. We already know what there is to say about Andrei Arlovski, but, hold on. Apologies, folks. There we go. We already know what there is to say about Andrei Arlovski, but Chase Sherman brings a real test on this one, and I think this is Chase Sherman's fight to win. I think that Andrei Arlovski is going to have to avoid damage. It's going to be kind of similar to that Francis Ngannou-Stipe because it's like Arlovski's just going to have to evade the entire fight or look to wrestle, man. Let me ask you this, AJ. In terms of a stand-up matchup, Andrei Arlovski, I think he averages, I got it right here, he averages less than a takedown per 15 minutes. How do these two fare in a stand-up matchup? Chase Sherman does not step backwards when he gets pressed. He stands his ground, and he throws 4 or 5 punch combinations. How do you see this playing out?
Man, to me, I see this playing out bad for Arlovski. I'm a huge Andrei Arlovski fan. I have been ever since, he was wearing the fangs back in like 1998, my man. Like, I love this dude as a fighter. He's a scrapper. Got a hell of a chin. He was winning arguably he was winning the Tom Aspinall fight until he got dropped and then choked out. But either way, he was looking really damn good. But to me, man, Chase Sherman is a hell of a fighter, brother.
Yeah,
like you said, he doesn't take a backward step. He's there to hurt you. Even if you hurt him, he goes gorilla mode and just literally wrecks people, man. It's very rare he throws crazy strikes too. Yeah. Man, he'll sit on his punches, down the pipe, and hurt you, bro. And he's very tactical and precise, as well as extremely strong, big, and light, which is like a rarest combo, man. And all guts and glory to you for wanting to take on Chase Sherman as a heavyweight, my dog, because that is a hell of a fighter. My biggest thing, and this kind of alludes to what you were saying, man. Do you think Andrei Arlovski is going to be a punching bag in this match? Because I kind of do, and I don't want to see that.
Well, what's the approach that he took against Tom Aspinall, right? He tried to blitz him. And I think that he's going to realize, well, I can't just sit here and stay at range against a Chase Sherman. You feel me? Like, it's going to be really hard for me to do that. So I'm going to have to try to take the veteran approach, either kick his legs out or, blitz him or something. But I just think that it's going to be one of those situations where Chase Sherman is going to walk Andrei Arlovski down. His back is going to be against the fence, and he's going to start teeing off because that's the thing, man. I'm trying to look it up because I had written this down when I was – here it is right here. So I had written this down. I have a whole entire page just dedicated to Chase Sherman in the highlight notes because, like I said, I love his fighting style so much. He landed a crazy combination. Okay, here it is. He landed a beautiful in his fight against Ike Villanueva, right? He put him up against the fence, and he was sitting there, and he was like, feint and jab, feint and jab, feint and jab, sitting there, right? Just like he has this knack for being able to corner you off, stand in front of you, and not throw a punch, not even have to throw a punch, right? But he landed a beautiful 1-2, 2-1, 3 calf kick combo, man. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5-punch combination and then a calf kick on top of it, man. Like, this dude's extended combos and his Muay Thai is ridiculous. Averages 0 takedowns. Like I said, lives and dies by the knockout. So give me just one way or one, like, you know what I mean, method that you see Andrei Arlovski causing an upset, because he could do it, man. It's hard to write him off these days.
It's extremely hard to write him off. And even though Chase Sherman is a hell of a night out, I think what Andrei Arlovski has to do is let that pressure come to him, get him along the fence, and then start controlling him in the clinch. In the clinch game, throw some knees, throw some ground game, maybe get him down to the ground, get a ground and pound finish. But he's got to do something to alleviate that pressure and get Chase Sherman's respect to stop him pushing forward. Because Chase Sherman is going to continuously put that pressure. And I think the only way Arlovski is going to do it is in that dirty boxing range. You know, elbows and knees, kind of something a little crazy, something in the mix-up that nobody's expecting. And like they say, you know, the hardest or the punch that hurts you is the ones you don't see coming. I think that's Arlovski's way to win, man. What about you?
Listen, I want to say the clinch. I want to say the ground and pound. But listen, Chase Sherman has like a 77% takedown defense in his UFC career. And I just look at it like this, man. Andrei Arlovski, the only way that I could see, like, oh, something crazy happens is if he gets Chase Sherman a little overzealous and maybe he plays possum a little bit and he's like, oh, I'm starting to shell up, starting to get hurt, and then throws a spinning elbow or something crazy and catches him in a counter. Like you said, something you don't see, but use his momentum, to his advantage. But that's the problem, is Chase Sherman doesn't get overzealous, man. He's patient. And that's why I like him as a fighter, man. One of my favorite fighters in the UFC, but definitely the heavyweight division. So I think it's fair to say that, let me give you my pick then, I guess, because we didn't do that. I'm going Chase Sherman, knockout round 2.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, this, like I said, man, this is going to be a hell of a fight for Arlovski. And the only reason I'm not going with the finish is because I got to respect the man. So I'm going Sherman by decision.
Yeah, I mean, hey, either one will be a good win for Sherman, but it's going to be a tough test for Andrei Arlovski. And even if he loses this one, I still don't think he should hang it up, man. I think he's still got a lot of fight left in.